welcome back to another episode of Bold Broadcasting. I am joined with Ashley here at the desk with me. How you doing?
Here, I'm good. How are you?
And also, we got David over here in our comfortable white chair.
Hello, hello.
How you doing, bro?
I'm great.
Awesome. So packed show today. A lot going on. Kamala Harris has been on the campaign trail. She's been doing a lot of interviews. Talks of her going on Joe Rogan. She went on the Enemies show, Fox News. We know that obviously very Republican-driven broadcasting channel, and so she was there. A little takeaways from that interview. Also, some other interviews she did. There was some interesting quotes that she has to take away from there. Also, Ferrari has a brand new car that just dropped. We'll kind of go over that as well. Liam Payne, the one of the members from One Direction, has fallen to his death, and so we're gonna get a little insight there as well. And then also we got our favorite meme minute, where we go over the week's favorite memes that we spotted on the internet.
Why are we going to talk about a car none of us in this studio can afford?
I got one on pre-order.
Right.
It's only you know what? Well, why even waste time? Let's get right into it. So, are you a Lambo or Ferrari kind of guy?
Lambo.
What about you? Lambo or Ferrari?
I like Lambo better.
You like Lambo?
I do.
I'll tell you why I don't like Ferraris.
Go ahead.
Because of her father.
Why?
When I went to Speed Vegas and we were talking about cars with you, I was talking about cars with your dad, and
Yeah.
he's like, Ferraris, they're annoying to drive because you have to like specifically do stuff. And if
I will say I didn't like driving it.
Ferrari,
Yeah.
Lambo
I like
does.
the Lambo better for sure.
I feel like Ferrari really fell behind the Lambo brand the last like 10, 15 years. Because I remember when I was first growing up, Ferrari was the pinnacle, right? That was it.
Like in the
And-
50s.
Shut up, bro. No, I'm talking about 1990s. It was all Ferrari. Early 2000s, it was still Ferrari, but then that's when Lambos really started coming into the fray. Also, 2010, obviously now it's all Lambo.
That's
But-
also when cryptocurrencies became, crypto and
yeah,
Lambos, it's synonymous.
You get crypto rich, you go buy a Lambo. That's kind of the
Nobody buying a Ferrari.
blueprint. But interestingly enough, Ferrari does offer Ferrari compared to Lambo. You can buy a Ferrari with crypto or Bitcoin particularly, and you can't do that with a Lambo. So, but anyways, let's take a look. So the F80 is the name, and this is their first quote unquote hypercar. So this is not your street car. This is not the one you pull up at valet at Caesar's Palace. This is simply a track car. It does have 3 electric motors plus a V6 with a whopping 183 horsepower. With a tops 1183 horsepower, and it reaches a top speed, I think it was 220 miles an hour, which if you ever watch NASCAR usually tops out around 180, 195, sometimes 200 on some of the different tracks they have. But just to put in perspective, I mean, this is something that you put on the track and you race against Formula One cars, right? I mean,
so who's buying this?
It carries I think it was a $3.9 million price tag. And so you take into account your typical Ferrari is coming in less than $500,000, somewhere around 300,000 for, your souped up Ferraris. You can get some as low as 200,000.
So you're essentially spending $4 million to not be able to drive it outside of a racetrack?
Well, you can drive it. This is just a track car. I mean, you could take it on a road if you wanted to, but I mean, it's not.
Let me take it on the road where the speed limits are 45 miles an hour, and I got a car that can go up to 250. I don't know. I just think it's a waste of money.
I do think Ferrari is insane, though. That's a very nice car.
That is a nice car.
Yeah, it's they will only make 799 of them though. So there's not going to be.
Why not 800? Weird.
I don't know.
They don't want to
very
hit 800. I don't know. They couldn't have the funds. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably the number is connected with some of the racing and number
Oh, okay.
engine.
That would-
It's not a random number.
Pretty badass pretty badass car. I think this video shows some. I'm not going to play any audio here from this. So they're kind of chatting about it, but I think you can see some of the visuals. Yeah, so there's the car there. Doors open up. Oh yeah, no, pretty cool. Obviously, only fits two. Not your family sedan. No buying groceries with this thing. But
Yeah, because you can't afford it.
okay. On a serious note, well, I guess kind of serious note. If you had to buy one, Ferrari or a Bugatti, I think Bugatti's coming in at 12 million. So, would you rather get a Bugatti at the 12?
Bugatti.
Yes, the Bugatti.
Uh-huh.
Would you rather get a Bugatti or a Ferrari?
Well, seeing as I've never driven either, I would have to test drive it first. I don't know, but I'd rather buy like a yacht, man. Go on the.
That wasn't the question.
I know, but
Yeah,
but
I'd
I'm
rather
thinking
buy a
Buy a
house.
ranch.
Like yeah,
Buy
I
a
get
ranch.
it. But yeah, I
I
mean,
like
you're
the-
over here car shopping.
the pot-
You're
You have a
ultra
lot of
rich.
money for
I'm
a
going with the
car.
Toyota Highlander
Okay,
car.
okay.
Yeah, you should stay with the Toyota.
I don't know. I've only
You
had
ever
a
see you ever seen a Bugatti before? I haven't. Not in person.
I don't know if I've ever been in one. I've been in a lot of cars, but I don't know if I've been in
The Bugatti
Bugatti.
is, I think they only make, I think there's only like 60 of them a year or something like that. So they're very, very exclusive. Even more exclusive than the Ferrari. But all right, well, if you missed it, social media has been inundated with Kamala Harris's recent interview with Fox News. She was. What was a guy named Brett?
Brett Bayer.
Brett Bayer. So Brett Bayer did a sit down interview with her. Couple things, right? So the same day that you had the interview with Kamala Harris, Trump was also doing a town hall with a group of ladies, and Kamala Harris comes out and shots fired. So Kamala Harris has said. She trolls Trump with Fox News interview ratings on Truth Social. So, Vice President Kamala Harris taunted former President Donald Trump on a social media platform, Truth Social, highlighting that her recent Fox News interview gathered more than double his ratings on the same day. Both Harris and Trump appeared in separate interviews on the same network, Fox News. While she was interviewing with Brett Bayer, Trump was doing a town hall with women voters in Georgia, but we saw about 7 million viewers for her interview and only 3 million for Trump. So I think so. There's that, and then also you have a couple of the takeaways here. 6 takeaways from Fox's interview. First of all, did you get a chance to watch this interview,
Did.
David?
I-
What was your kind of big takeaway there?
You ever heard like nails on a chalkboard?
It was like that.
Or like a
Oh.
dying Tyrannosaurus Rex? Yeah.
Yes.
It was interesting to see an unedited, uncut interview of Kamala Harris. We know what CBS did. We know all the other ones. She just, I don't understand how anyone could be excited for her as the Democratic nominee. I really don't understand. There's never, like, she just doesn't make sense. Like the question that really got me was when the interviewer said, your motto, your slogan for your campaign is a new path forward, turn the page. What are you turning the page from? Her response was, Donald Trump has been
running for a
running for
decade.
10 years. I'm like, what?
There was a montage I saw on social media. I wish I'd have pulled it up, but it was how many times she said Donald Trump, and it was like 45
insane.
different times. She just kept spamming out his name. It was like Donald Trump. So what's your policy, Donald Trump? And it's like I don't want to, regardless if you're a Donald Trump fan or not, Republican or Democrat. I think you would like to see some kind of direction, blueprint, plan, roadmap. I don't know, something, right? Because if you're running for president, simply just saying you're from a middle class family and things are quote unquote get better with her under the administration or the lead, it's well, what are you gonna do? Like we haven't seen that. It just there's nothing. There's no direction. There's and no game plan. Nothing, man. And it's just like I've heard time and time again. People ask her like, "Well, what's your policy?" There's no policies. The policy is that Trump is bad, right? And that's the whole policy. That's the whole campaign, ideology there. So
You know what was a really good debate? That VP debate with JD Vance and Tim Walz,
Mm.
where they're like, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do. This is what they're doing," and the other guy is like, "Well, this is the problem with what they're trying to do. This is what we want to do." That's the idea, right? You listen to their plans for the future of the country, and they go, "Okay, I believe in this person's plan, or I believe in that person's plan." But both candidates just keep attacking each other. One of them has no idea how to formulate answers to simple questions, and so I think the proper term is it's a shit show.
and then also take a look at this little clip from another interview that she was doing with BET. So just
Is agreeing to voter ID one of those compromises that you'd support?
I don't think that we should underestimate what that could mean. Because in some people's mind, that means, well, you're going to have to Xerox or photocopy your ID to send it in to prove you are who you are. Well, there are a whole lot of people, especially people who live in rural communities, who don't, there's no Kinko's, there's no Office Max near them. People have to understand that when we're talking about voter ID laws, be clear about who you have in mind and what would be required of them to prove who they are. Of course, people have to prove who they are, but not in a way that makes it almost impossible for them to prove who they are.
So it makes
how is it impossible to ask for an ID?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. I want to ask a question.
Hmm.
Ashley,
Yes,
you wear earrings?
I do.
You wear the same earrings every single time you go out?
Yeah, I do.
You really?
I do. I don't change them. Sometimes I'll
was-
change into hoops, but we'll go on. Sometimes I change into hoops. So let's.
The reason I
Let's
ask
pretend.
is remember during the debate with her and Trump, there was some talk about her earrings and how there is a Bluetooth earring that looks exactly like the one she was wearing. And there was a little kind of conspiracy going around with, hey, was she being fed answers, yada, yada, yada. If you look at every single one of her interviews since then, she's wearing the same earrings, including the one on Fox News she just did, including the one on that video clip you just did. So I just find it very odd. I know, like, for me personally, my wife, she's got a whole jewelry box of earrings, right? She swaps them out. We go out, we do a date night, she wears one of them. And then we go to an event, she wears a different one. So it's just...
But who was feeding her these answers where they're still terrible? Like, I just.
Yeah, I mean, back to the
Like, she still doesn't answer the question. So if someone's in
Yeah.
her ear, who is answering the questions?
well,
Biden?
the question was, why wouldn't you accept? Why are you against accepting ID for voting? And it's like, I gotta give my ID to get on the airplane. I gotta give my ID when I buy a ticket to a game, a concert. I gotta give my ID for everything, right? You can't do anything without giving your ID. But then you got arguably the most important, duty of a civilian, which is to vote, right? To put in place the government. And for that, it's, Democrats are saying that, like, hey, we don't need ID. Well, what about the mail-in voter? They would have to, okay, here's the thing. If you're mailing in your vote, then you got to take an extra step. You got to buy a stamp, right? Well, what about people? They got to go down to the post office, buy a stamp. They got to get an envelope. Like, well, you know what? You want to inconvenience your vote by mailing it in, right? There are extra steps to mailing it in, right? You got to buy the stamp. You got to buy the envelope. You got to seal it. You got to walk down to the mailbox. Because you choose to mail in your vote, there are extra steps. And there should be extra steps for validating your identification. So if you want to mail in your vote, go down to Kinko's or Xerox, as she said.
But there is none in those neighborhoods.
Which is a damn lie. And then so now, if you don't have a Xerox machine, if
I have
you
an idea.
don't have a Kinko's down the street, then carry your ass down to the polls, just like everyone else does. The mail-in votes were originally designed. You know what mail-in votes were for?
What?
Let me tell you. The mail-in votes, they were designed because when they had mail-in votes originally were created, there were only men were voting, right? Women had not at that time had voter laws, right? And so men heavily were in the army and the military services, and they were a lot of times deployed out of state, out of country. And so they would mail in their votes, right? If I'm in the army and all of a sudden I'm in Afghanistan and I want to vote, like, hey, give me a damn letter, let me mail my vote in. And all of a sudden, it expanded out to people that, well, they can't leave their house, their disability, which, makes sense. But now it's like, hey, guys, vote early, by mail. Don't even come down to the polls. And you know what? We don't need an ID either. And so it's just, it's a convenience. And so I'm sorry, but if you're going to mail in your vote, go Xerox your damn ID. I think it's not that big a deal. And you don't have a Xerox machine, then you know what? Take your ass down to the polls, just like I do, just like you do. Is anybody here going to mail in their vote?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay, then.
Yes, I mail it.
Okay, so here's a cool trick.
I like
Here's a cool trick.
So I'm just curious, Rocco. If you're mailing it, would you be offended if you needed to photocopy your ID to prove who you are?
No.
But also, like I said before, they matched your signature to your ID.
I think the more important thing is here, guys.
What's your
There's
big
something
idea?
called technology, okay? And currently in the United States, there are 118 million people who own iPhones. And there's this really cool feature on Apple Notes. You click on Notes, and on the very bottom, you click right there, and it allows you to scan a document as a PDF file. Isn't that crazy?
You still got to print it out and then put it in the envelope. That's the thing.
Well, unless you can mail the phone.
You can attach it.
You gonna attach it to the letter? You're gonna put
Yeah,
your phone
put
in
the
there?
phone in there. Yeah, put
You
it.
still gotta print it
to
out.
Mail in the letter? Yeah, okay, all right.
Mail
well,
and ballot
some of
print.
them
Mail
allow
the
you to do it
SD
all,
card.
but-
All right. I did want to shift the conversation to something a little bit more lighthearted, which is our favorite segment, which is the meme minutes.
Mm.
And so the funniest memes that I've come across this week. And so without further ado, let's get right into it. So in lieu of Halloween, we have a lot of decorations going up around town, but we have the Joe Biden corn maze. Just
one stick. Oh, how long do you think it would take him to complete
it's a confusing one. Where's the
Where do you start?
entrance?
Where do you
Where's
end?
the exit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's trying to get to that house there.
It also looks like
Oh.
Joe Biden.
It does. They messed up the D.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
forgot
Don't
a
mess
whole-
up the
whole
D.
letter there.
Man.
All right. So we know with
Where is the main?
with Halloween, comes Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving comes Black Friday. Dear Black Friday, we all have big TVs now. Put them groceries on sale.
I agree.
I wholeheartedly support this movement.
I as well.
Would you run down to Walmart and Target to get the Black Friday deals on Pop-Tarts,
Yes.
bagels?
Capri Suns?
Bro, I'd be waiting in. You know how like it used to be when you would be waiting in line at 4 a.m. like ready for that thing to open.
I've never done that, so no.
have.
Oh my god, I love doing that.
Wow.
Now it's
Love
all
doing that?
yes. Now it's all online, so that's boring.
Mhm.
But anyways, yeah, I would totally wait in line for cheaper groceries. Are you kidding me? I don't want the TV no more.
I got 3 damn kids, and they eat a lot, so
Yeah,
yeah.
I think all the people in the hood now got big TVs, and so
People in the hood.
yeah, that's right. Here we
Well,
go.
good.
This is an interesting one. Obese is the N word for plus size people. And comment here, big up, please.
Dear Lord. Next.
Oh, all right.
So is the O word?
What?
Can you see the O word now?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know why everyone is being so mean to me. I haven't done anything.
What have you done for me?
Damn.
Real.
True.
Oh, look, there's those earrings. You see them?
Yeah, there they are.
There they are.
All right. So this is how to load a shotgun per Tim Waltz. So
Not a tamp.
oh,
Do they
boy.
expand when you shoot them?
It's a buckshot. So, all right, and then lastly, when you can't afford something, so you put it back. Real baby.
That's really beautiful. That's beautiful.
not
You can only put them back where they can. Huh?
All right. So
That's IKEA, I guess. That's
all right. So, anyways, I'll did want to bring it over. I know prior to the show We were talking about Liam Payne, and I think this is.
Oh my
Are
goodness.
you
I know
are you a One
so much
Direction
about
fan?
this. I was. I mean, they're not a thing anymore, so I can't say I still
Yeah.
am. But anyways, do you know who One Direction is, both of you?
I've heard a couple of their songs.
No, honestly, I'm not trying to be funny, but did they win the? Was it American Idol or
I think it was X Factor.
X Factor?
hmm
Okay.
Anyways, Liam Payne, him and his girlfriend, I don't know what it is. They went to Argentina together, and it was supposed to be a 5-day trip. And she left early because they ended up being there for 2 weeks or something ridiculous like that. She left early, and then I think it was 2 or 3 days later when he fell off the balcony. But
Fell off the balcony.
fell off the balcony.
Okay.
But there was
Wasn't it a 3-story balcony?
it was a 3 yeah, he
feel
was
like
3 stories up.
Isn't that normally survivable generally?
So it turns out that they called the police, and they already like posted the recording. I think that's very foul, but whatever. They already posted the recording, pictures of his body. Like, I'm not gonna show those, but they already did that. And they got a 911 call saying that there's someone destroying the room, and there's pictures of the room completely destroyed. The TV's all messed up, and there's drugs on the floor. And then he fell off the balcony.
So was his wife there when it happened?
No.
So she was already. So it was just him in the hotel room.
Yes.
But do you think it's weird you go on a vacation to another country like Argentina and then you stay an extra week, but your wife goes back?
Well, no,
Well-
they both stayed the whole 2 weeks. According to her TikTok video, she went home and she was saying, "Oh, I didn't want to be here too long. I felt like I just wanted to go home. Like, I felt like I was there too long." It was supposed to be a 5-day trip. They both stayed 2 weeks, but she left after the 2 weeks.
Do we
He
know why
stayed
Do we
longer.
know why he stayed? Did he have like business or he's doing like? I mean,
I know they went to a Liam concert. No, someone's concert. One of the old Directioners concert. At least that's what I saw on TikTok.
you know, I the only thing I've read on this was his ties to like the whole Diddy thing and going to Diddy parties
And
and
was he in attendance?
Did he?
for
I
this?
didn't see anything of that.
I'm pretty sure I saw something, unless it was, and I didn't really like do the whole due diligence of, hey, is this true? I just saw it in
So
passing on
you
social
think
media.
so? You're kind of speculating it might not have been an accident. It's like
It's just,
but
mean-
the room was tossed up, right?
the room was a mess. They found drugs.
And then also, you have, more speculation here. His ex-fiance has been threatening legal action before his death. So obviously he had, even more people that, essentially were mad at him or had a vengeful, narrative behind him. And so, I don't know. I mean, could it be more than just someone? I still kind of like 3 stories, dude. I mean, I feel like that's a broken leg.
If he was on drugs, they did post his autopsy report. He died of,
Argentina was quick. If it
They
had
were
been,
really
if it had been the U.S., autopsy would have came out like 6 months from.
but it was TMZ. TMZ posted his body. Like, everyone's pissed because they posted his body, but he died of polytrauma and internal and external bleeding.
What's polytrauma?
I don't know. Let me look that up.
Yeah, I have
Hold
no
on.
idea what polytrauma is. But we know, like drugs can mess you up. Like I had a friend in high school who did PCP a few times, and the dude was never the same. He was just-
Multiple traumatic injuries is what it means.
Okay, so did he die from the fall, or was it he?
3 stories, man. I don't know, man. I feel like
He had a total of 25 injuries from his skull. So his brain and skull were
So he
messed
fell
up.
head
Yeah.
first.
But like, I don't think he fell. Like, can we be real? Like, it had to have been on
you
purpose.
think he got beat up and then thrown over.
No, I think he probably went on purpose.
So you think he did it on purpose?
He was going cuckoo. He
Oh,
was
you think
destroying the hotel room, and then he somehow
did the-
fell off the
See,
balcony.
what
He
I
did
what
the
I
Epstein?
s-
You can break a skull and throw it out of the balcony too. 3-story.
I would
break
say-
the skull first and then throw it down.
Yeah.
to me, call me crazy conspiracy, but if the room is tossed and dude's got 25 injuries to his head, somebody broke in, beat his ass, and then threw him over the balcony.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The police call, it's all in Spanish, so I had to read the translation. But what I got from it is the front desk person called the police and said, "Hey, I'm worried about this guy. He's going crazy in his hotel room, and he's on a room with a balcony." That was
Maybe
stated
maybe
in
it
the police
wasn't
call.
him going crazy. Maybe it was him getting his ass beat. That's what I.
It looked like a baseball bat to the TV. Like, man just went bananas and had like a little episode. I don't know.
Interesting.
Rest in peace, but
Yeah.
All I'm saying is if I all of a sudden fall off a balcony and my hotel room has been just destroyed and there's a broken TV that look like I got hit by a bat, y'all better not think I jumped, bro. Like, y'all better be like, yo, nah, somebody got his ass, bro. I'm telling you, especially if I got money and a lot of exes out here that are out here taking me to court, and I've been at Diddy parties. Like, I'm telling you, bro, y'all better.
No, Rob, but you first
You better
destroy
not
the
believe that
apartment,
whole narrative.
destroy everything. Okay, I'm gonna jump. No.
if
Yeah.
he's on
Messed up.
drugs, I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm saying
don't know what drugs
I'm not
do to you.
dismissing the idea that dude was on drugs, was on some weird bender, and was flipping out in his room. Like, I understand that happens, but also what happens is people with money, power, and also well-connected people that know things that they shouldn't know or know things that people don't want to get out. Sometimes accidents happen to them. That's all I'm saying. So, I did want to.
That sucks.
Have you guys ever been snacking? Okay, let's say you're on your way home from. Let's say you had a long night. You're on your way home.
Mhm.
You want that drive-through fast food.
Yeah.
Do you eat in your car while you're driving?
Yes.
sometimes.
While you're driving, like you got the steering wheel and you're just holding the burger,
Mhm.
French fries too.
You never done that?
You no.
All the time.
The fries fall into the seat, and the next thing
Yeah,
you know,
then by the time
you
you
got
get home
the
in
grease
15
on
minutes,
your
everything is
the
cold.
grease on your hands on the steering wheel.
You gotta eat at least the fries
Yeah.
because the fries when
Does-
they get cold. That's
Does anybody? How about do y'all eat in your cars like while you're driving? Is that a thing?
No, really. It's a very rare thing unless I do it like 2,000 mile.
But you at least pull over, right?
Yeah, at least a pull over. But
Oh. Who's got
the
definitely,
time
I
to
don't, I
pull over
don't
to
eat
eat?
and
That's
throw
kinda
the.
It's weird.
Well, somebody has the time
I
to
eat
pull over and
fries
eat.
in the car. I mean, if you go to In-N-Out and you get the open box and you just sit that on the passenger
I'm
seat.
saying,
There
bro.
you
little
go.
fry out.
The Chase knows
Okay.
what's up.
That's
Okay.
the way.
So check it out.
Okay.
No surprise, we have a foreign individual because the homegrown domestic Americans will just eat the burger on the go.
Foreign
So
individual,
here we go.
okay.
Check this out. Man is over here just enjoying his burger.
Hey, what the fuck are you doing, man?
He's
What the
shining
fuck
a
are you
flashlight
trying
back
to
at the
open my
cop.
door? What the fuck is wrong with you? Well, you were shining it in mine. Okay, well, mine is pointing down too. What do you want? What do you want? Suspicious? Why? What's suspicious about 1:41 in the morning? It's 1:41 in the morning every day.
1:41 in the morning.
You said a public park? There you go. You said a public park. So again, what the fuck are you trying to open in my door for?
Got a public park at 1 in the morning story.
Okay,
Cop
turn
shining a
off your
flashlight in
lights.
window.
You got 200,000 lights on me.
Yes, it's Italian.
This dude is my hero, bro.
Now
That's why
with
you
your
drive and eat.
attitude-
You don't stop and eat. If he was driving, he wouldn't have been pulled over.
And he continues to eat.
That's
Yeah,
not
It's
good.
not illegal.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, barely.
Okay.
Why are you being so difficult, John?
What do you mean difficult?
I'm having a hard time communicating with you.
Why do you even want to communicate with me? I'm eating my burger. Leave me alone.
Because it's suspicious.
Eating a burger is suspicious.
Suspicious
Eating a burger is...
with your lights off at 1:40 in the morning. And
My lights are on. My position lights are on. My headlights are off. I don't want to point headlights to the traffic. My position lights are on.
I
Italian.
like him.
It's probably from my own town, this guy.
Rocco, is that your cousin?
It's probably it is. It makes sense. 200,000 when you exaggerate, the drama is there. Yeah, definitely Italian. It's not his
He's
right.
Italian because he exaggerated.
Yeah, 200,000 light. That's on. It's what you want. Let me.
I was
eat.
thinking more of his accent sounded Italian, but hey,
It's Italian for sure. What
The
is his
dude
name?
just trying to eat a burger.
From
He
Da
pulls over to
Vinci. The
park.
name is Da Vinci.
I mean, that's pretty gangster though. Dude's all like, "What do you want?" He's like, "What's suspicious about?"
It's
what-"
141 every day.
That's funny.
AI has predicted the end of the world.
Oh yeah, just like the Mayans did, right? With their calendar.
Yeah. What do you think AI is like sees this as an inevitability?
What is that? Are those meteors?
That's supposed to be them rockets. So AI made that, right?
Okay.
This isn't a movie. Crazy, right?
I mean,
There we go.
I
Of
mean,
course they in Italy, no? They can never drop the go back. Of course they can never drop anywhere. They drop in Italy. Why is that? It's random? Okay, with all that word, it has to drop right there. Piece of things is gonna
I thought it looked
distract.
like New York, no?
There we go. That's it. Now is the game over.
All right.
There we go.
All right. Well, that's what the end of the world looks like per vision of AI. So
I wonder who's in the space shuttle. Is it Elon Musk? Oh, everything's.
Oh, even the
Okay,
space shuttle is gone.
Well, I guess we'll see you in the afterlife.
we'll also see you next week. Well, that's going to be it. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're really having a lot of fun doing this. So I think we'll heavily promote this next week. Start to get this channel big, and it was a fun new project for us. So appreciate you checking us out. If this is the first time checking us out, do subscribe. We appreciate it. And we'll be back next week. Any parting words there from the Kangaroo Committee?
What?
What?
I don't know.
All right.
What do you want? I ate my burger.
You know
It's
why Robin
1:41 in the
show?
morning.
He's obviously, going to the nightclub here.
Yeah.
Got a half a button up there.
Dear Lord.
The light is on. What
All
you
right.
want?
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Till then, peace.
Ciao a tutti.